Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Kris Kloss, and this is Xtreme Memories with yours truly. Welcome to another edition of this great show that you guys have been supporting. We want to thank you. Speaking of that, like, share, comment, subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the more great content we can bring to you right here on the Wrestling Chatter YouTube channel. Xtreme Memories on the 15th and 30th of every single month, covering everything XPW, Extreme Pro Wrestling. The 1.0 era from 99 to 2003, that was the original era. Then you got 2.0, XPW 2.0, that was 2008, 2009. And then, of course, the new iteration of XPW 3.0, 2021 to 2024 or 2021 to present. We don't know, but stuff's going on with that. Well, we talked about those three different eras in XPW. We've been covering basically 1.0. That was really the original era. But we're going to fast forward a bit, and we're going to go to XPW era 2.0. And the big show, in my opinion, during that time took place in Manhattan Beach, California. Redondo Beach, California. And that was the big event, Cold Day in Hell. Before I talk any more about that, I'm going to bring on a very special guest right now. He and I were actually very instrumental in that thing even happening, even occurring. And that was Cold Day in Hell. And this kicked off the XPW 2.0 era. Before we get more into that, hey, Teakle, Death Toilet's own. We'll talk about that. What the hell is a death toilet? It's Mike Hartsfield. How you doing, pal?
Good. How are you, my friend?
Good to see you, buddy, as always. Of course, rewinding a little bit, great interview we had with you on Xtreme Memories. A lot of interesting stuff. We seen you, of course. You were featured. All of us were one way or another, but you were really featured on the Dark Side of the Ring episode, the XPW Dark Side of the Ring episode. We can talk a lot about that. But my friend, you and I, we go back to the 1.0 era, of course, but we also go back to a little ahead of time from that time, which was the days of Big Vision Entertainment. And we kind of shared some office space there. And this was kind of at the time when Wrestling Society X was rolling, and it just got canceled. And that, of course, was produced by Big Vision Entertainment, headed by Houston Curtis. And right under him was, we all know, Kevin Kleinrock fondly. So let's talk a little bit about that before we start watching, which I think was a great show, a great time in XPW, a short-lived era. Let's say the XPW 2.0 era, kind of a short-lived but pretty impactful time in pro wrestling and through Big Vision Entertainment. But Mike, welcome to the show, and I want to get you in here as much as possible. I want to talk about projects that you're doing right now with the Death Toilet, as I mentioned. But let's talk a little bit about your involvement in XPW, and also just maybe a little recap. We saw you on Dark Side of the Ring. We saw you on Xtreme Memories. But talk a little bit about where we were at that time and the genesis of Cold Day in Hell. And it was a cold day in hell. Wow.
As I remember it, we were both working at Big Vision. And as many know, Big Vision had scooped up XPW as kind of an item to put on the shelf, to exploit catalog whenever possible. And just to be, kind of a relic that wouldn't be, rehashed or revisited at any point. So thankfully, you and I did share office space, and we would run off on ideas and tangents and, what ifs, going to lunch and just constantly keeping in touch about what could happen if we did take this off the shelf and tried to, give it some new life. So around that time, we were also repackaging all the XPW DVDs and the TV show, and all of that stuff was really coming and making its second round. And just we were really up to our necks in it on a day-to-day basis. So of course the thoughts came forward of like, well, what would be stopping us? Like, most of the guys are still around, everyone's a phone call away or a text, and so it became very within reach, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And as the what ifs kept flying, they started to become whens, and
Yeah.
okay, let's get in touch with a few people and who would be interested.
Right.
And I just remember, so when we started looking for venues, it became very real. Like, wait, we're looking at venues right now. We're contacting insurance. We're doing all of those things that you don't really do unless you've gotten the okay on some stuff and yeah, let's put a budget together and those type of answers to your questions. So, and I just remember Eric, I think, had Eric Malikian had the contact at the aviation park auditorium,
Yeah.
which uh, was amazing because we'd never been there before, and it had that old high school gym feeling of XPW 1.0,
Right. Mm-hmm.
those high school shows, which were, to me, that was my first experience with a TV show, is seeing those shows from there, and just that you can't beat a bleacher opposite the hard cam. It's just the greatest. It's the greatest
Yeah.
vision.
Yeah.
So as we walked the building and talked more, there were of course things we didn't really. It's not that we didn't disclose them, but we didn't really. We weren't too forthcoming with information about the quality of the product, what we would be doing, the blood issues, glass death matches. There were a lot of things that were unspoken. Just in getting the approval, getting the insurance, getting the green light, and that was really when we had the building and the date and the graphics for stuff. It really became like, okay, we've opened our big mouths. Now what do we do? We've really got to deliver on this show. So I remember everything leading up to it, as far as where the ring was going to be and which seats we were going to use and not use and how many floor seats we needed and how much guardrail and a PA system and like all of that stuff that went into outfitting a building that really didn't have the operating stuff built in to just turn the lights on and start running things. So
it's funny you said the high school gym feel. That was a aviation park was a public facility. It was not a high school gym. Maybe I want to say that used to be a high school gym, but then it became like a rec center. And and the funny thing is, a couple of years before that, Danny Ramirez and we were doing shows in Lancaster at his dad's nightclub, bar and grill, and we were looking at high school gyms up there. And when we had a couple meetings, we were literally sitting with these people, and they came back to us after doing some further like review and research of how this can work, and they said, "Oh, by the way, we can't do this because pro wrestling has been banned from all LAUSD schools." So these folks are telling Danny and I this news, not knowing, and we're looking at each other like, "Oh yeah, that's because of us and XPW. That rule is even in effect." So we got into that aviation gym park, and it had the high school gym feel, but we were there because it wasn't a high school.
yeah,
We were there because we couldn't go to a high school gym. But but yeah, you mentioned we started doing things like that we normally wouldn't be doing, like calling insurance. And you're right, you normally wouldn't be doing stuff like calling insurance if you're setting up a scaffold match, let's say.
oh no, it's not required.
But no, man, yeah, you're right. That was it. We were doing all that stuff with Big Vision. You had your department, I had mine, but our offices were right next to each other. We'd go to lunch, good times, for sure. And we were just off the heels too. All of us at Big Vision Entertainment were not too happy and a little bit had like we had a lot of gas left in the tank for Wrestling Society X. So
Right.
we felt like we prematurely got the plug pulled on us, as
100%.
far as that goes. So that, I think, sparked our interest as far as getting Kevin interested in it, because Kevin's like, look, I got too much work. But I think because WSX, a lot of people will agree, definitely needed to have a second or third season to kind of um, to get rolling and to get going.
Yeah.
And we were all a little bit bitter about that. So I think that was that helped us get Kevin involved in getting this going.
Yeah.
And we had
I would
some of
say
the same. We had some of the same players in WSX, of course. Um,
right.
so yeah, and we, like you said, we had the rights. Look at the new 3.0 era. You see that new logo. That new logo is there because Houston Curtis and they own that. It's like a trademark and a copyright thing. It's kind of confusing, but Rob's got like either trademark and Houston still has the copyright. So he has the rights to all the old footage. That's what we had though. We had the whole thing. We have this, like you said, we have this genie lamp sitting on a shelf. All you got to do is rub it. It's there,
Right.
and 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 yeah, we were putting the TV shows on DVD, and unfortunately, the crash of '08 halted that. We would have had all those XPW TV episodes, seasons 1 through whatever 14, because they put 1 through 3 out, but there are 140 episodes and 10 per
Yeah.
DVD. So man, if we had started that project a year earlier at Big Vision, I always thought all those episodes would have been on DVD,
Yeah.
been recorded.
I think
So
so.
so yeah, we did our stuff. We put on a show. And without further ado, are you ready, my friend, to
I'm
go
ready.
back in? Okay, we're going to go back in time, folks, to May 24th, 2008. XPW's Cold Day in Hell. This is what we call the XPW 2.0 era. And we're going to invite you folks now to go to YouTube. If you're listening on audio only, go to YouTube, check out, type in XPW Cold Day in Hell. It's going to be the 4 hour and 20-minute event on there. Once I count down from 5 to 0, go ahead and start it at the 1 hour and 30-minute and 1 hour 30-minute and 20-second mark. 1:30:20 on YouTube. We're going to skip the pre-show, the free-for-all, the countdown show, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to start it right at the beginning of the actual event. So without any further ado, here it is, XPW's Cold Day in Hell from May 24, 2008. This is from Aviation Park in Redondo Beach, California. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, right here.
This was so much fun.
Yeah, this was phenomenal, Phil. I'll let it play once the door opens, but this was phenomenal, Phil, that created the Mr. McPhenom character. And that's Blitzy Greg from SECW right there. T.W. Anderson.
Son of a bitch. Extreme Pro Wrestling. Cold day in hell. I said it would be a cold day in hell before XPW returned. And now I'm here, Mr. McPhenom, the owner of sports entertainment in this country, with my own WE superstar, the Enforcer, C.W. Anderson. We're here today to make sure XPW, Extremely Pathetic Wrestling, does not come back. XPW, it'll be a cold day in hell.
Let's just check the crowd out here. The intro. You can put audio, George, for a second.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to XPW's Cold Day in Hell!
Okay, George. Yeah, what a crowd, right? We had about 1,500 people in there. Packed it in. You know, tickets were affordable, but hey, you had some, you know, what, $100, $200 ringside seats or whatever it was.
Yeah, there was, I think, a couple different options, but I think generally this was maybe 25 or 30.
Okay.
I kind of don't
Got
remember.
it. Yeah, I remember I wanted to turn the gym lights off, and we had those lights in there, but they weren't bright enough. We needed a little more of them. I shined some into that across the hard cam there. You see that? Just kind of light the crowd up. But yeah, we had a full on setup. You did one amazing job, man, because we had that little mini Titantron that was in there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And the big screens, and then this is great too, because Rivera and I hadn't worked together in a little while at this point, and he was not part of WSX. I remember pushing for him, but they had something else in mind. And here's Kaos, man. He's got that Santino Brothers shirt on. So, of course, Kaos. Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it was his idea to have his match first.
Oh, really?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was like, yeah, we'll go first.
Okay.
And I think because everyone was probably jostling their ego and their importance and wondering, you know, you've got so many different people appearing at this thing.
Yeah.
I think there may have been a little bit of concern on, you know, what the order would be. And I, if I'm not mistaken, his attitude was just like, yep, let's go first, you know.
Okay.
And what a kickoff to the show this was. I mean, way off the hinges, just amazing, and just incredible spontaneity that these two guys were very capable of.
Right. Yeah, this was kind of cool because the storyline, and I don't know, we'll probably do something in the future to somehow showcase the warm-up show, at least talk about it, because Kaos and Vampiro had this storyline going into this show, and they incorporated some footage of Wrestling Society X leading into this match. So again, we had everybody here in this crowd, as you could see, hot crowd, man, and this was a hot ticket. Once we announced this, it was like we had no problem selling this place out, right? And
it was amazing too, because we had so much going into it of just wondering what it would be like. Would there be 200 people? Would it be 300 people? And just the talent on the card dictated what actually happened. You know, I mean, it was really what we were ready to deliver is what, you know, the anticipation and the response I think we got by the attendance.
You could see on his arm there the D band, and that was that black band around his arm, of course, was honoring the late great who just recently passed away. Just recently passed away at this time. I want to say within a year of this show, Dynamite D had passed away. And before before the show began, speaking again of the pre-show, the countdown, the free-for-all we had leading into it, we had the Dynamite D and Fallen Stars tribute battle royal, and Carnage, which was originally an Asylum student, won that, and he was very thankful for that, because we made the trophy, gave it to him, right down the street from Big Vision Entertainment. We got that trophy made, yeah. So that signifies the D-arm. So he and I are John back and forth about he's claiming he's a big movie star because he had a little cameo in Vampiro's movie, The Dead Sleep Easy, and so him and I are doing this kind of thing. Well, what are you talking about? This is setting up, of course, Vampiro making his way out, but yeah, this was great because you had Vampiro, who was in XPW, but he was also recognizable talent, of course, all over the world, not just in America through WCW, but of course Mexico, Japan, Mexico. He was huge, Vampiro. He just fit right into that Dias de Mortes kind of thing, and really took off. A Canadian, big in Mexico. Yeah, like, you know what, you got a good point, man. This was a great way to kick off the show, because you're almost expecting a lower or mid-card match,
Right. Like, this is a main event anywhere.
yeah.
Yeah, it was just, I remember once they got started, it was like, it set the pace for the night. It was just such a hot match.
Yeah. And so even though this match was set up, he comes out here impromptu, seemingly, but no. It was almost like, well, we're not even going to wait for his entrance, kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
And they guys had beef leading into this. It was good stuff, man.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
we're
whoa, easy.
We're gonna I think I want to say either he said it or I said, just shove me, then boom, get it going. But and I took a bump on the turnbuckles, but yep. So now we're off and running, man. And yeah, we didn't have a card set up. There was no program of like what the order of the matches are going to be, like old school style. So no one really knew what was gonna come of this, or what was gonna start things off. But
right, and
man,
also what is so often done is these two would have jawed at each other and pushed around and like, okay, later tonight we're gonna see who's the best, like the fact that they just went immediately, I think, surprised people. It was something totally different, and this match was just off the hinges.
Yeah. I mean, Chaos is already done.
Yeah, we're out of here.
Yeah, we're out. Yeah, see, we had a pretty good little setup there, man. We had
the camera grabbing all of it too, which is great. You can really see
the
face of the crowd.
I mean, we kind of, look, we had a lot of production advantages in the original XPW, but in some ways, look at that. See, crowd, it's not one of those shows where there's nobody behind the hard cam. You could see the bleachers are full on both sides there. Yeah. But yeah, so with Big Vision Entertainment, now just a little recap. Oh, let's get some audio here, George. This is where it starts getting pretty nasty.
Came all the way from Mexico with one mission in mind, and that was to destroy Chaos. And apparently this match is underway.
And it's obvious that the Vampiro could not stand the words that were coming out of the mouth from Chaos in the beginning of the show, because look at him. He doesn't even have the wrestling clothes on. He just got off the plane. So he's listening to this crap and said, forget about it. I'm going out there to take care of business. Ahora mismo, chico.
And he is doing just that right now, Rivera. Yeah. You saw that steel chair right to the head of Chaos. Chaos laying out now on the concrete floor here at Aviation Park. Oh no, look at this going around the ring. These guys are fighting just about anywhere they can. Uh-oh, lifting up Chaos there right on top of that security railing. Very unforgiving, the hard steel. And Chaos, I think he bit off just a little bit more than he could chew at this point in time. I can't believe this.
Yeah, you watch the color. I mean, it almost looks like, ironically, these guys are talking about being movie stars. The blood across Chaos's back, we'll see in a sec. It was perfect. It was like,
Yeah.
the way the light bulb, every light bulb is a little different. And this light bulb just happened to, like, when you break it, it immediately shatters. And it just hit him perfectly. And it doesn't always do that across the back. And it looked like movie blood,
Yeah.
clearly.
And thankfully, he was already sweaty enough to where it happened in an instant. And the thing also, too, is that they were, the fight was over a single prop, and not stuff everywhere, which, it almost looks like neither of them might take this bump, so it might just look like a big tease. So I think once it did happen, and they teased it so well and not for too long.
So well.
I think once it finally happened, people were just hot for it.
Here we go.
Yeah. Like the full baseball swing as hard as he could.
Yeah. Look at that crowd, man. This was,
They wanted to see him get that. Yeah, the fact that it went across his arms also, it was just...
Oh, yeah, look at that. It's perfect, man.
Yeah. Amazing.
What we can talk about here, you can see the banners hung up in the back, XPW, opposite hard cam, and the jumbo screens we brought in. Also, right there, kind of see it. It was hanging on each side. There was an XCG banner, and right there was a Big Vision Entertainment banner. So that was, again, going back to Big Vision Entertainment. They put out all the World Series of Poker through Houston Curtis, Ghost Hunters, which was a big show on Sci-Fi. That was probably our biggest client we had at the time. So Big Vision Entertainment was a legit video distribution company, production house. Of course, was produced MTV's WSX. So you see the production here. You can tell.
Yeah.
It's high-end production. And so another thing, this was in 2008. This was early 2008, early mid-May. And we all know what happened in 2008, right? The big crash. Well, when this show happened, of course, it was going to be released on DVD worldwide, all that. But this in some ways, if you remember, Mike, this was an unofficial test run for Rick and Houston, the owners of Big Vision and XEG. This was an unofficial test run to see if we were going to start doing this on a regular basis. And this was the pay-per-view test run to see if we were going to do monthly or bi-monthly pay-per-views.
Right.
Yeah, remember those talks? It was like, well, if this is a success, which it was,
right.
But long story short, the crash of 2008, that at least downsized Big Vision, so it just wasn't in the stars,
Yeah.
And there's GQ money.
Yeah, the biggest part of the crash for Big Vision was the beginning of the real eliminating of home video DVD, and that's where that was, Big Vision's bread and butter, with accounts like Best Buy and those bigger DVD stores that were just slowly over the years starting to dwindle down. And then in 2008, it gained a lot of speed and dwindled much faster.
Right. And a lot of things were changing technologically at this time, right? This was like still your flip phone era.
Right.
Or was this? Yeah. See, look, that guy's got a digital camera. Right.
Yeah, he's got a real camera.
Right.
Yeah, no phones. I haven't seen any yet.
Yeah, I remember just getting excited, getting these banners made up. Like it was just
Oh
a
yeah, yeah,
fun time, and um, but yeah, man, look at like this was just cool. We could have asked for like a hotter crowd on this night,
yeah, yeah. Referee Patrick Hernandez keeping things safe.
right down the middle. Clearly, you could see
Yeah.
he's got complete control of this.
And just prior to this, there were so many great angles of Kaos's back that just
Yeah,
that visual kept getting better and better, and just like a straight line, like
yeah,
like a piece of tape had marked it off, and they just sprayed it.
right. Yes. Yeah, we had a big meet and greet right here. This was kind of
Yeah,
the
that
area.
was. Oh, there's my brother in the background.
Oh, right on. Maybe we could play some audio here, George.
Look at this. As each moment goes by, the back of Chaos that hopefully we'll get a look at in a second.
Choke slam into the table.
Yes.
Speaking of the back, he's wiping the floor with his own back. And this is turning into complete mayhem. Brutality.
Don't say it.
Most brutal.
No.
You know I was going to say
Oh,
it.
God.
Larry Rivera is back. And that imposter, that guy that was playing, who thought it was me.
What a great
time. Didn't even have the guts to show his face tonight to face me, Chico, in the middle of the ring. I was going to put that bastard.
I remember this spot also because there was a huge just smear of blood with glass in it.
Yeah.
We were trying to wash it off, and it was like it's just a pile of sticky glass. I can't even remember how far we got cleaning it, but this was a hardwood basketball floor that we had rolled out a fairly thin covering that thankfully I don't think anything punctured it.
Yeah, no, I think it actually. Now, just keep in mind, when this event had ended, we got the same treatment from Aviation Park as we did from LAUSD.
Oh,
we weren't coming back.
Yeah, we had
Right.
we had a few emails and phone calls that went unanswered, and I think that was the message.
It was. I remember seeing the folks that ran the place. They came in there like, I don't know, maybe a little less than halfway through the show, and they kind of came in here like, oh, let's check out this event. We're getting a good crowd apparently, and then they see the crowd, but then when they see the product, then their jaws drop. Like, wait, what? What is this? What?
Yeah, I think the two things they didn't imagine were the crowd size and actually what would be going on there. Because
I
remember a visual specifically of the guy who I had dealt with for everything contract wise, just doing like a big look around as to like just assessing the situation. And I just remember looking at him and how puzzled he was and just thinking like, we're already here, like damage done. We're already here. Like, what are you going to do? Shut this down? Like it's already half over, and like, everyone was fine for the most part. And, that was my only concern is him shutting it down. But like, I think he figured this thing's massive. There's no way to really, calm it down.
Because I felt like he was thinking that for sure, but also thinking like he was probably seriously in his head contemplating, okay, I can't, if I shut it down, like he was thinking about, doing it. And again, I think that the fact that he wanted to get paid, right? He didn't want he wanted any trouble, like, oh, what if I have to lose my, whatever. But I don't want just a deposit. I want to get paid for this,
Right. And thinking about it now, the fact that this was a city building, I mean, the cops, helping clean out a city building. I think there's a lot of like, if he wanted to pull the plug and be a dick, he probably could have, which would have been a huge mess. But you got a bunch of. I'm glad nobody from the city stopped by because, like, if any of his bosses might have seen this, they might have pulled the plug. But this guy was like not too far from our age, you know, and so maybe he was just like, all right, we're already into it this far. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and also too, like if he was going to pull the plug, it's like, okay, if we do clear it out and something happens, now I'm responsible. Like there are a lot of weighing factors weighing against him. I guess, yeah, let's get a little bit. This is a great match, man.
Yeah.
A little audio, George.
Vampiro feeling no effect from that. Getting right up.
And look at this, one of his own right now on the Kaos into a choke slam almost, but Kaos up to his feet. Both these guys tit for tat. Oh my goodness.
That was
Will
awesome.
this end, Rivera?
Yeah.
These guys have a vendetta.
Vampiro. I am not sure if many look at that beautiful power bomb from Vampiro putting Kaos flat on the back.
I think he's still got a few
Vampiro
tacks in his back.
Not only is famous in Mexico for being a famous luchador, he's also a big TV star on the novelas. That's what they call the soap opera, Chico, that I'm sure you watch every day. But over there is the novela. Look at that, another suplex from Kaos to Vampiro. But just to let the fan know that Vampiro is all rich, all wide in the media world.
Well, and despite what Kaos says, yes, Vampiro is a big movie star now. The dead sleep easy that Kaos claimed he was the star of. Come on, the guy was a background extra. He was only in there for 10, 20 seconds.
Well, people, I can't say anything about that. I'm too busy watching I Do Smarter Than the 8th Grader, Chico.
How are you talking?
But this match.
Yeah, I think a good show, you know, to call it what we always would call a curtain jerker, but not always the case. You know, a good show kicks off the show with a great match. Like if there's I remember we were watching recently at, I'll give a plug here to youtube.com/The Red Bat. Check out Los Batos Locos. And the guy who runs Los Batos Locos, the Red Bat, we went to his cave in Pacoima, and we were watching the WWE Network. We're watching SummerSlam '89 recently, where we saw a young Bill DeMont in the crowd.
Oh wow!
There it is. Okay, check it out. Let's get some audio here. Kaos wins.
I can't believe I just defeated one of
The winner of the match, Kid Kaos!
What a victory that was, Rivera. Poor Kaos. Look at his pipe in his feet. A total show of disrespect. And I don't think these fans can believe it. What an opening match.
This is a great way to start the cold day in hell. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there is much more to come.
Yeah, the production was great. Yeah.
Well, Rivera, what Angel very excitingly likes to call, which this is, a rubber match. There he is, the hardcore homo Angel. One last time, the brawl to settle it all, the war to settle the score. It's going to be GQ Money versus the hardcore homo Angel. And look at this. Happy birthday, Guido. The birthday cake. Oh, Guido's standing off here, Rivera.
Guido is actually going to wish the Angel a happy birthday. Is this what's happening here?
What is that, an Italian cake, Italian ice cream cake? Going after Monchichi Ramirez's caboose there. These guys, Monchichi and Guido, better watch it. No!
Oh, we're starting this again already.
When does it end?
One thing I have to say.
Now we gotta sing happy birthday, you stupid son of a bitch. They have me give you this cake.
What'd you say?
I said, you stupid son of a bitch. I gotta do.
Well, Guido, look at this. Guido with the cake. And then for a win right after, you know what? His Italian sausage.
Get the hell out of here. Just in case you didn't know, it's my 19th birthday. Now, XPW didn't do what I want. I wanted a big cake with a big stripper coming out and dancing for me. So they got me this. This is how I'm appreciated here. But I know you fans love me, right? How about singing me happy birthday? Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
Whoa.
Happy birthday.
Whoa.
That's a lot of woes.
Angel,
Yeah.
I know you're happy that it's your birthday, but I gotta dampen your mood a little bit and give you the bad news. I know we were scheduled to tear this house down tonight and wrestle one last time in this rubber match, but unfortunately this week, I suffered a borderline level 3 calf tear. I have severe hematomas in my calf, and as I posted on my MySpace this week, I unfortunately will not be able to wrestle you tonight. But
Yeah.
no, for real, man. Listen. If you don't believe me about the injury, let's show it on the screen. I have video proof. I have the doctors take this look right there. Severe hematoma, calf strain, tear. It's all there. But
Shut up! For once in your life, shut up and let somebody else talk.
no, let me talk for a sec, Angel, because to show you that I'm a good guy, and because this is XPW's one night, cold day in hell. XPW, we're here. We're going to rock it. I did bring you some birthday presents because it is your birthday. So if I could get the crew to bring out some presents for Angel, the boys chipped in. This isn't all for me. Some of these are from the boys. Some of these are from me. We got some hats and some blowers for the people out here. You know, if some of these people want to get some stuff, I don't know. But Angel, I just want to say happy birthday to you, man. If we do this show another time.
No. I told you to shut up. First of all, I saw your little ass hobbling around outside, and you seem perfectly fine.
I'm hurt.
I came here to fight. You see, GQ Money, listen up. There's only 2 things I'm good at. Number one, fucking somebody up the ass.
Yeah.
Number 2, fucking some ass up.
Dude.
And tonight I came to fight, bitch.
Dude, I can't fight. I can't. I'm
And
sorry.
ladies,
What? I can't fight, Angel. I can't.
he challenged me to a rubber match, got me all hot and horny, and then this little bitch has to back out. I want to show you fans something. I found some footage, a picture, GQ Money, to prove you are just like me, a big homosexual.
No, I'm not.
Please show the footage.
What? No! No, man. That's bullshit, man. I needed some work, and that was on national TV, man. That doesn't count. Screw you, man. I can't wrestle. There's some birthday presents. Enjoy them, Angel. I'm out of here, man. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I wish we still had that sign.
I'm gonna open my presents.
I don't get it. And now Angel, I mean, these guys going back and forth with one another. I mean, just like they have in their entire careers. Angel defeating GQ Money twice.
Let's see what I
GQ
got.
Money has defeated Angel twice. GQ Money has never beaten Angel in singles competition, just in team
This is
competition.
for later.
It's a very happy day for Angel.
We want to wish him a happy birthday. Now he's got presents, apparently. Whoa. What is that, Rivera?
Oh my God, a Brokeback Mountain pillow, my favorite movie. I love this movie.
That chico de Brokeback.
What
Brokeback
else I
chick.
got?
It's a Brokeback Mountain bed pillow, yes. Angel opening up another box.
Oh, hell no. Someone has jokes because I don't need this.
Oh, look at a little ab machine, an ab rocket, they call those.
What's this big one?
Oh my God, what was that? An explosion just came. GQ Money, what the hell? What is this, David Blaine?
Yeah, this was very, I applaud these guys
Yeah.
for what they did here. And it's not over yet. So, GQ, you went around back, around back that XPW sign and went under the stage and came out. Awesome. Awesome stuff. And,
Yeah.
I actually didn't know. I most times, I don't like being told. It's stuff I need to know. Fine. There are some things I need to know, but I like not knowing
Yeah.
before I call a match. And so, I don't go out of my way a lot of times unless there's stuff we have to know and whatever. But I remember being very impressed with the way this match was set up.
Yeah.
And kudos to Ryan and Angel for pulling this off. And Ryan was into this stuff. He was into the magician world, and there's Bo Cooper, BD Cooper. Yep, BD Coopworth. And so yeah, when he came out, clearly set the match up, and the crowd was like, whoa, it was good. And just when you thought you saw everything, it ain't over yet. But yeah, these guys, man, they the unsung heroes in a way. Like, these guys had great matches.
Yeah.
GQ Money could work to a point where he would surprise people because he was in a manager's role.
Yeah.
In XPW. Double clothesline. Yeah, see, I mean, this is it. The rubber match. They both went back and forth. No one could get an advantage over the other, and this was the rubber match, as we said in the beginning. But look at that, just like that. What a great way to set that up in the beginning stages. They both go down evenly with the double clothesline. So many great things about this match. And I just love watching these guys work together. Both great friends, good guys.
Yeah.
Of mine and of each other, of ours.
Yeah, I remember not knowing anything about the details of this match also.
Right.
I think if I would have saw this on paper, I would have said, that's just too much. Like, it'll never come off. Like, there'll be something that goofs in the way. And the fact it didn't proves I don't know anything. But, like, the fact that, like, it's a very quick match, but it doesn't seem rushed.
No.
For all of the stuff that's in the match, it just flows,
And a shout out, we saw in the beginning of this match, we saw the return of Guido.
It's true. That's a return that's been long in the waiting.
Oh my gosh. He always would say in real life, I'm the bad guy ring announcer. Oh man. Remember me at the sports arena? Oh man, I burned them houses down, buddy. Oh man. Yep. Of all the things in XPW, we were all entertained in the back of just how Guido was in real life.
Yeah.
That was the most entertaining thing to us.
A character that never stopped being a character.
Dude, we were in the back and Ron Head was there, and then they were going to do the first ring announcer, Guido, and then Ron Head came out and they did a little thing. Well, Guido in the back, he was like I and Ron Head in the locker room, like, son of a bitch, Italian, son of a bitch. And then Ron Head, like, okay, that's Guido. And then Guido kept doing it. Ron Head comes up to me, he's like, is this guy for fucking real? I'm like, yeah, this is pretty much. He kind of knows it's not real, but he kind of doesn't,
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the cast of characters, man. Ooh, nice right there.
Yeah, that was rough. Oof.
Yeah. Oh, baby, a little audio here, George. But we're gonna get to the. Okay, well, I won't spoil too much.
Back and forth throughout their entire career in the XPW, Chico. I don't know if you remember during the genocide. Oh, when Angel got thrown out the cage, 20 feet, Chico.
20 feet. Oh no!
I wonder.
He
I can't
waited
remember
for the
what
full rap of the
what
night,
match was going on when the guy
whole package.
from the building stopped by, but I wonder if it was this one.
Or right when he comes in right as this is happening. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Pro wrestling, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, GQ Money always incorporated the Clockwork Orange into his personality in the ring, you know,
Yeah.
back in the day. And so he would always have these inventive things he was a part of. But yeah, Terry Funk was at this event. This was one of his last like things that he was like truly involved in, even though he didn't do much in the ring. He was starting to kind of but he still looked the same at this event,
Yeah.
you know.
I wonder if this was his last appearance on the West Coast. Did he
You
do
might
much?
have been, you know, because I remember he was not in good shape, but he really did not want to miss this event. You know, he was one of the guys who, like, I mean, of course, when ECW folded, we got a lot of people that were, you know, the heat wave thing, and then okay, they ended up working for us, and a lot of those guys was okay, it's a payday, it's a paycheck. Some of them weren't like that. Some of them were like, I'm all about this new XPW thing. And Terry Funk, yeah, he was getting a paycheck, but he really was like, oh, XPW's back, oh yeah, the one that I was there at the sports arena we helped launch. And like he had it in his heart a little bit more than a lot of like the big names we brought in, you know. Right. And so yeah, he was not in good shape. And I remember it was kind of like against doctor's orders, whatever was going on with him at the time, that he was even there. Oh, times have changed a little bit since these days here with the angel gimmick and all that, right?
Yeah.
And this was kind of like the end of that era, because, you know, maybe, I don't know, 6 years after this, it was like we weren't going to present a character like Angel like this anymore, you know.
Right.
This was kind of the end of that wave in a way, of this time, and not only wrestling but in society. You know, you still had the shock jocks thing going on at this time, the Jerry Springer, Howard Stern, but
Right.
it wasn't as thick as it was, let's say, in the late 90s, early 2000s, but it was still there, but not like today. Okay, check this out. Okay, oh, yeah, this okay, wait, well, this was a little rough, but it was great to see Steve Rosano there. Steve Rosano, we gave him some shine, but boy, dude, he was in a bad way physically right here. And he literally got pulled off of his chair. He got shocked, but he got his spot in. And
he looked really different. I wonder if people knew him from, well, probably after his Booyah.
Yeah.
But I think he had changed in his physical appearance so much. I wonder if people really, got the surprise.
Right. I mean, we definitely put it over. Oh, that was rough. We definitely put it over on the commentary there, you know, so the home audience knew. But yeah, of course, Steve Rosano, former member of the Enterprise, so he's there in support of GQ Money, obviously. Okay, so let's get some audio here. So GQ Money got lost in the shuffle there, right? So BD Coopworth is taking control of the match now. It's kind of I guess, a no disqualification type deal. But we're gonna see kind of that David Blaine, David Copperfield stuff come back into effect here. So it ain't over yet.
A pile of condoms.
Yeah, under the condoms.
Yeah, I don't think you could do that on the major networks.
No. And again, this was home video. This was going to be a pay-per-view deal. Okay, check out the audio here. See the big vision cameraman come into the ring.
Angel, Chico, I'm telling you. Hey, what was that? That came from the camera, Chico. No! What did I tell you?
No
What
way!
did I tell you? What did I tell you, Chick?
How did this happen? 1, 2, you have got to be kidding! And the winner of the
This
match,
guy, the minute he disappeared, you knew some kind of trick was in the book, in the plan. I knew it. I could feel it, and we just saw it, Chick.
how did that happen?
He's got stuff stashed everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a hustler. He was plugging stuff he was around, right?
Yeah.
Oh, crack!
Oh, look who's back.
Yep, crack. Hey, if GQ Money's gonna get saved by his old comrades, why not Angel? Let's maybe get some audio here, George. We get some.
This body looking a little bit familiar.
I know who that is!
Do you know, Chick? Hey, it's crack! Crack! It's crack!
He's come! Crack!
And
He's
getting
come to
some
save!
crowd pop.
Crack! I know it's cracked! Crack! Yes, I know Rivera! Angel doesn't even realize it yet! Crack is back!
This whole time, can you believe it? Crack is looking for his long-lost Angel.
We talked about what a birthday Angel is having. This could be the happiest birthday of his life. He's
Angel.
trying. Look, wait.
In complete surprise.
Wait a minute, he's showing him that who it is. Angel doesn't know. He's got the
Try
glasses.
to jog the memory. Try to jog the memory of the
Wait.
Angel.
Disguise yourself more to know who it
You gotta
is. Usually you
recognize
take
him
the
now,
glasses
Angel.
off.
You gotta recognize him now.
Now he remembers. Now he remembers.
It's Crack. A love rekindled.
You remember?
Oh my God. I guess this is a good moment.
You remember my idea for storyline for them?
Chico,
For this?
you remember?
I want to hear Rivera. I think he starts singing "Reunited" here. Let's-
Oh my gosh, Angel, like, no, it's okay.
Reunited, and it feels so good. Reunited every time we go. It's a happy moment.
Rivera's the best, dude. He's the best, man.
My idea for storyline for them was to be getting married, and for whoever his opponent was going to be before the match was made was somebody interrupting the thing, because gay marriage was such an issue at the time.
Right.
I was like, oh, it would be great if they were going to be getting married and we had somebody come in. And my idea was Altar Boy Matthew to come in, and who Luke had come back. And we had been in touch with Matthew, and he's like, oh, yeah, I'll come do whatever. And I told him the idea for the storyline. He goes, oh, yeah, I can't do that, man. And I was like,
yeah, that's right.
why?
That's right.
You know, and he was like, oh, I have friends that are gay. And I'm like, yeah, who doesn't? But, like, the storyline is that you're opposed to it. And he was like, oh, I just can't do it. And I'm like, okay, you know, that was the only spot we had for him. So,
dude, that's right. I totally remember. I remember all this, and I remember like right when you said, oh, look at this. This is great. But really quick, I remember right when you said that, like, oh, he's opposed to it. I thought it was like right when you said that, it was like the opposite. I thought it was like he was like against it, like religiously and all that. And then because like we normally, and then you said no, it was the complete opposite, and I was like, really? Like, come on, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's get a little Leroy action here. Here we go, George.
And like she's berating him. She's reprimanding him for not doing his job. She wants the whole ring cleaned.
Clean it up.
Chico, you know how we do it back in Cuba? If I was to do it,
did somebody break the broom, or did we give him one with no handle?
What do you call that? Drag it back to the locker room and do the duty, chick.
Over here. Clean this right here.
Nonetheless, Leroy trying to get all this crap out of here. Look it up. Oh, God, like a big tub of
Be a man, Leroy. Be a man. Kick.
Come on, Leroy, you're a good. You know, for this woman, if you want to call her that, to step all over this guy.
This ring is disgusting. And speaking of disgusting, let's talk about that fat pig, Pogo the Clown. Some of you might have witnessed him kicking my ass over and over and over and over again.
The only thing that's going to be happening over and over again is Pilar Rivera.
Some of you even think he killed me. But you know what? J-Love is not dead. J-Love is back and better than ever.
Yeah, so the lovely Lizzie Valentine right there, known as J-Love at the time. And this was she was the storyline in 1.0 back in the early XPW days, toward the end of XPW 1.0, was she literally got killed. She died. Pogo killed her. As he does, as Pogo does. He kills people. Underneath houses and oh gosh, dude, Pogo was great, man. He was so he was just so intense, so believable. And we talked about this before. Talk about a guy who legitimately wore XPW on his sleeve, on his heart. And like wanted this league, wanted to be a part of it, wanted it to succeed. And he was so like, I remember getting on the phone with him at Big Vision and talking to him, and he couldn't have been more excited than anybody else on the roster that this was happening. You know, he was ready for this. And I think he was going through some stuff in his life at this time. So this was a good time for him to have this, you know, as it was for all of us. It was special. So
we were still cleaning the ring. He just had a few more spots to go.
Well, he was a perfectionist when it came to that. You know, that's
true. Very true.
He didn't need no broom handle. He was going to get it done. You know. So this was what was it called? No Mercy, right? This was like Leroy's jackass crew, if you will, at the time.
Right.
And he was they would do stunts. So these guys were like a jackass type crew. So Pogo came in here to seriously, you guys want to like we take bumps, we do crazy things like Johnny Knoxville and them. So it's like, perfect. Pogo's like, this is awesome. I get to really kick your ass. Great. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's Triz right there. That was Triz.
Yeah, that's right.
And I can't remember all their names, but I did a few projects with them when Leroy had called me up to like do something with one of their filming things, and it was fun, dude. It was like in the backyard, and it was, you know, but it was fun, man. It was cool, you know. And this is at a time when this was like a thing, when this was like this was like kind of the end of this wave in society of this jackass time, right?
Yeah.
And you can kind of see it. We didn't know it was probably, again, I'd say like, I don't know, I'd say 6 before, but maybe 4, 5, 6 years later, that's when like things, I don't know, began to shift in the early 2010s, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And the pre-smartphone, I'm pretty sure YouTube was around, and that's how they were probably doing their videos.
Yeah. And I think they were talking with Kevin and Houston about like producing something, like putting it on Big Vision, and they had some other like independent DVD like they put out, but they were like, hey, we can do like a jackass thing and stuff. See that, dude? Like he went for it there, Pogo. That closed casket crunch. Like he tweaked her back, dude, on that.
Yeah, and nobody was trained, and they all did fairly well. You know, as far as not, being too scared to do something or powdering out or, like just making it look like he wasn't the menace that he was.
Yeah. It was, man, the timing couldn't have been worse for what happened to the economy, because there was no signs of not continuing this after the show.
Yeah.
There were no signs. Like Houston and Rick, I remember they walked in and they came in too, like whether it was they weren't there at the beginning of the show. Like Rick and Houston, I'm sorry, Houston was there, but Rick came in a little later, and so Rick and Houston, I remember they kind of walked out around the entranceway just to check everything out. And I remember like, hey, there's your banners right there, and oh, all right, there's our banners, and they're like looking at each other like, okay, like we got to go to the drawing board now. Like let's do this on a regular. Again, not it wasn't going to be. Who knows if it was going to be down the road, but it was going to not be a weekly TV show like 1.0, but it was going to be like, all right, let's do like a bi-monthly or monthly pay-per-view. Let's do this. Like it was like, we're going to do this. And again, 2008, yada, yada. So here we go, man. In this, you're talking about the big names coming in. So now we got a like prime match right here. We got Sandman, and what a great way to do this against an XPW homegrown guy that you could like, you don't know who's going to win this match.
Yeah.
I'll get some audio here, George. Yeah.
But the Sandman showed up when he did.
At this point, Sandman is probably saying 3 or 4. Pogo the Clown in the ring this time.
And Pogo seeing stars right now. With that shot, another one. But Pogo's still on his feet. Look at this, Rivera. And
The crowd, Chico, loving this. They love it.
They are loving it. It is electric in here, Rivera. Sandman eyeing Pogo off the ropes now. Oh no, Pogo!
Pogo did not care who it was in there. He would stiff. He didn't care. It's like, okay. Like Yokozuna would squash the jobbers, but not the
yeah.
Like, no, dude. Pogo, remember when Insane Clown Posse came in there and the greatest thing about Pogo was like, he was mad because in the storyline, they were also clowns. I didn't even think about it till afterward. Like, oh my gosh, that's why he stiffed him. Oh, that is awesome. Like, I'm the clown of XPW, not you guys. Like, that's no one thought of that. Like, but you're like, oh, okay, I get it. But yeah, like here's Sandman. Like, nah, dude, Pogo, he's gonna treat him just like he treated Leroy's crew. Yeah. He didn't care, dude. Yep. No. And that was what made him great. Like, oh, you're an XPW homegrown guy. Well, here comes the Sandman. Like, no, yeah. Because I'm an XPW homegrown guy, I get to kick your ass. Like, that was his mentality.
Right. Because I'm sure everywhere ECW guys went, oh, well, the ECW guys, I'm sure they're going over. And the fact that I think some of the guys did have that homegrown, attitude in a way to be as good as, or better than.
Yeah, and again, like when like you're saying, absolutely, Mike, when ECW guys, let's say, go to an average indie show, okay, so Sandman gets the Duke. So when they go to an average indie show, let's back off. But when they came into XPW, it was like, okay, well, we don't know for sure. Like, we might get some guys that treat us with respect, but this is kind of their big league too. So it was a little different. But yeah, especially with Pogo. Yeah. Especially with Pogo. That was Eric Malikian, by the way, referee. Right there, you see him down there.
Oh yeah.
We do the Wrestling with Reality podcast. Check that out as well. On YouTube. Yeah, he, again, like you said before, he was instrumental. He actually lived like literally right around the corner from this place, and he scouted it out for us. and then we got us in touch with them, and then we came in and did the whole walkthrough. So yeah, Eric Malikian, shout out to him for making this venue a reality.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we had much of a plan B, if I remember. Like, this place was
right. We this was the first one we kind of got in touch with, looked at, and then before a plan B even came to be, this was the spot, you know. So and again, the owners, everything was fine, and then it was just perfect size, man. It was like it was a perfect setup. I remember though, we stopped like selling tickets at a certain point and then realized, oh, we could have actually fit a few more people in there. Like, so anyway, I remember like the layout and where the lighting and all that. I remember being involved in that. And then we were like, okay, next time we're going to open this section, but not much. It was pretty much everything was full. There was like one bleacher pushed in so we could have the meet and greet there. Yeah.
that's right.
See, look at this. Times have changed, have they not? Yeah. So the stars were lined up, man, for this show. Do you remember what happened with him? I want to get into, what was it, him and Raven before, like right before the show started?
I remember an issue with Raven. Was he part of it too?
I think Sandman and Raven, yeah.
Okay, you tell me what you're thinking, and I'll tell you if it's the same thing.
Well, they wanted to hold up for more money.
Yeah.
Before the show started. Yeah. Hey, we're on YouTube, buddy. This is like a shoot interview here. We're giving the fans of all of reality here, man.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that going on while it was going on.
Okay.
And it was just like, huh? Like,
right.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. So yeah, hey man, this is pro wrestling. This is not, believe me, not the only time this has ever happened. But yeah, man, we pulled it off. And I think too, like when wrestlers get to a certain venue and they're like, oh, these guys can afford more. Oh, look at this setup.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they think they're gonna be at a YMCA, and it's like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
There's lights and a sound system. Like,
right.
You know, they must have money.
Yeah. But yeah, man, again, look at this, the crowd. We put that little bleacher opposite the entranceway. I remember.
Oh, that's right.
It looked a little flat there. And in the in the girls' gym next door, which was the locker room, or it was the girls' gym when this was a high school. But the little gym next to this big gym was the locker room. And they had these like little bleachers with like, guys, we got to roll these out. Let's roll them out, put them opposite the entranceway. And it worked. It worked because when the cameras kind of pan there, it's like the crowd isn't just flat. It got lifted a little bit. It was perfect, you know?
And this is the hard cam side, correct?
Yes, that's the hard cam side right there. One of the bleachers was pushed in the middle for the camera to be set up. But other than that, again, totally full. I wish we got more like round shots of the venue, like there. Well, folks, now we're gonna stop it right there. And Mike, we'd love to have you back on, of course, for not just to continue the show, but talk about a lot of things that you were involved with. Of course, fans know you from Dark Side of the Ring now. So I'm glad people have a better semblance of who you are. Because again, you were always behind the camera, but man, oh man, you may as well have been in front of the camera because you were massively influential and important to those two eras, XPW 1.0 and this XPW 2.0 era. So man, yeah, I mean, again, we talked about on Xtreme Memories when you were on with your one-on-one interview, all your involvement, especially with Free Fall. We can talk more about that in the future. But like I said, we'd love to have you back on again. We hope you fans enjoyed this. This was the first half of XPW Cold Day in Hell from the XPW 2.0 era. And Mike, that was a lot of fun, man.
That was a blast. I haven't seen that in quite a while.
Yeah. And there's more to come. So Mike, hey, my buddy, we go back professionally. Our friendship, it's just always great seeing you, catching up with you, whether it's through wrestling or just bullshitting in general, man. And and it's good to see you, my friend.
Great to see you too.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we invite you to join us here at the Wrestling Chatter YouTube channel for Xtreme Memories with yours truly. On the 15th and 30th of every month, like, share, comment, subscribe to this channel. The more subscribers we get, the more great content we can bring to you. For Mike Hartsfield, Teakle, my name is Kris Kloss. This has been Xtreme Memories, and we will see you right here once again for Xtreme Memories next time. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, you guys.